Welcome back to Horse Racing Today for Terrific Terry Tuesday for day 2 of this first week of September at Parx, Bensalem, Pennsylvania. Almost forgot where we were going today, Terry.
Yeah, I know. It's all right.
That happens sometimes. But I won't forget that later on tonight, when you're kind of sitting around and you have a lot to do, just head on over to Asanobia. I don't know how they come up with that pronunciation, kind of like Colonel, but hey, to me it's Asanobia, but I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to be known as a horse's ass, but that's the could be the case there, Terry. But tonight, that's the free track over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link in the description down below. And of course, when our show is over, you can head on over to horseracingtoday.net, get a recap of the show, along with the replay of the video. It will be stationed right here, just like yesterday's should be. I don't know where it is, but it's over there somewhere, I'm sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't update the page. Who knows? It's probably on me. Let's see if I press refresh, what happens. Probably there. Just probably still from yesterday. There it is.
Yeah.
So you can make sure you take a look at that. When you click on that, you'll see the replay and then all of my comments and Terry's comments as well. And then while you're there, kindly hit on the HR Tier Gear link. Get yourself a nice number 11, nice number 3 hat with this HRT gear right there. Boom. Click on that as we head into football season. Get yourself a Horse Racing Today football shirt for the people in your lives. And of course, you can edit it to your team colors. I know you're a 49er, so green with envy right there.
That's right.
All right. Envy of the Kansas City Chiefs.
I know.
Yeah.
Aren't they red?
Who? The Chiefs? No, but envy is green.
Oh. All right. I'm a little slow this morning.
So. Yeah, it happens. I was a little slow on the uptake too. All right, race number 1, Terry. What are the conditions for the opener in Bensalem in just a few minutes from now?
It's 6 furlongs, claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, purse $21,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
Yeah, and only 8 races today, so a really short Parx card. 6 furlongs does favor tactical speed. There is a 36% chance you will go wire to wire. Post positions favor the inside horses. And as we like to do here, hold on, Terry, I can't put that up there. I'm going to get in trouble. What we like to do around here is 10,000 simulations. We look for early speed. That's this percentage to get the lead right there at the quarter-mile marker. Based upon our projected paces, which horses are likely to get races that match their best performances or their comfort zone. Q30 score, anything above 30 means that horse has a great chance to go wire to wire, particularly. They got a good chance to get to the lead. Value, everybody wants value. You want to pay less and get more. So we want our simulation odds to be lower than post-time odds. And then finally, par plus is what percentage of time in our 10,000 simulations the horses ran a speed figure in this race, 77 or greater. That is the average par figure, according to Brisnet. Terry, take us through this data.
Well, as you can see there, they all show some kind of speed, but that 6 has the most speed. Then the 1 has a little overlay from 9.5 to 1 to 12 to 1. All but the 4 have par plus numbers. And then all of the horses have C zones. All that 2 is very, very low.
Yeah, only 1% chance. We typically want to see a 50% or greater. So the 6 horse, Baracho Concho, as Terry will say, checking off all of the boxes in there.
That's right.
Fair value, good par plus, got a good chance to get the lead, top C zone. Best Q30 score. What does it look like on the pace setup? Well, here you see the 1, the 5, and 6. They want the lead when they run their best. Really no pilot, co-pilot type. The 4 horse, the Great Pumpkin. That one is the lone P horse. So if these go too fast, it sits comfortably in front of these closers and tries to end the race. Closers with the 2 and the 7. At the beginning of the race, it does look like you got a couple of fast ones. The 5 and the 6, the 1 horse. Jason Whiskey might be chasing everything but the leaders today. Might be chasing all the leaders. At the end of the race, Scamp Walker, the 2 horse, the closer. That one's about 3/4 of a length quicker than everybody else at the end, but could be maybe 2.5 lengths off the lead. So going to have to do some work at the end. It is your top total pace over the Great Pumpkin, the Charlie Brown horse. Not too far off from Halloween anymore, Terry, unfortunately. 2, 4, 5, and 6 are your top 4 total pace scorers. Gary, who are your top 4 total pace winners?
Well, I like the 6 as my first choice. He drops in class today, has a highest speed figure at today's distance. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. Then Scamp Walker, the 2 is my second choice, finished third versus Tupper in his last race, drops in class today and has a high percentage winning trainer. And then my man Woody, the 5, my third choice. His early speed running style will help his chances, and his best dirt speed is faster than the average winning speed. And then the 1 is my long shot, Chasing Whiskey. He drops in class today, and the rail post is winning 19% clip. Okay, they're having an unusual pick 4 starting in the first race, and so I'm going to do a 1-2-5-6 with the 3-4-6 with the 3-4-5-6 with the 1-3, $48 ticket.
Indeed, I'm going to start off with the 6 horse, like you, Baracho Cancho. That one right there, Terry, taking a look at that horse, does have that best chance to go wire to wire. And so we're going to take a crack at that one, seeing how speed held up pretty well yesterday. Scamp Walker, the 2 horse, sneaky drop in class from open company to non-winners. And this one had a small Z pattern last time out, where the early pace was higher than the mid pace and then caught its second win down the stretch. My man Woody. What was the name of that cartoon? I forget right now, but it's the one where they go in outer space.
Toy Story.
Right? Toy Story. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Biggest class dropper in the field. Probably overmatched in its last. Not so much the case here today. And then finally, the Great Pumpkin, the Charlie Brown horse. That one I do remember, Terry, is another one that is dropping in from open company. I, too, am going to play that pick 4. I'm going to go 2-5-6 in the first leg, 3-6 in the next one, 1-4-6 in the third leg, and close it out with 4. We have a $100 budget. We're going to go Benny and the bets at Ben Salem today. 20 to win and 10 to place on the 6 horse. I tried to do my math. I don't know if I'm over 100 or under 100 today, but I think I'm under 100 by about $4 or $5.
All right.
I'm not sure, Terry. I'm sure you did the math. Am I over or under?
I didn't figure yours out. I didn't even look.
All right. Well, all right. So right now it looks like, according to our odds, you got a little bit of value. The best value in this race is my man Woody. Toy Story could be the story of this race. Our morning line odds, our simulation odds say that should be somewhere between 5-2 and 3-1. And right now on the ground, you're getting 4-1. The 2 horse Scamp Walker is your favorite at 3-2, followed up by the 6 horse just went to 9-5. Still, the 4 horse remains the place to put your money. Chasing Whiskey, the 1 horse, is fair value roughly. So let's see how this first one plays out, Mr. Terry, as they zoom out to the side view of all the horses in the gate, waiting for Jessica Paquette and her tones to tell us all about the ongoings in the first race on this terrific Terry Tuesday in Pennsylvania. Looks like a nice day there. Short sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and sunny. I read that out west now in Montana, in some places, they're going to get over a foot of snow already. Can you imagine?
Wow. No, I can't. We're going to have a heat wave starting again tomorrow.
The 6 horse is broken to the lead with the 5 horse inside, the one with all the value right there, making the 6 horse keep up pace. It goes 5, and then on the rail, the 6 in between it and the 7. Then the 4, and then you got the 2 horse trying to get itself involved in this race after a sluggish start. The 5 horse, that value became even more valuable at 9-2 with my man Woody and the Toy Story. The 6 horse right now down to 6-5. That is your second choice. I think the 2 horse could know that it actually became the betting favorite at the end there, the 6 horse. It looks like the value right now is the one that's going to play, because the 5 horse is up on the lead. The 6 horse needed probably the lead, although the jockey hasn't really asked him to go yet. They're coming around the corner. Let's see. Now the jockey's asking the 6 to go, but the 5 horse is pretty confident. He's got this race in the bag because he's looking between his legs. Still looking between his legs. The 6 horse jockey trying to get him to switch leads unsuccessfully with that pink head on. His stride is shortening big time. So the 5 horse, that big value horse, that's the one that is going to be your winner. Question is, does the 6 hold on for second or not, as the 2's coming aggressively at the end? Bang, 5, 6, 2, and I think the 4 horse, but I'm not 100% sure on the end there. So 5, 6, we're both alive in our pick 4s, Terry, and got the best price. And according to our simulation odds, my man Woody was the best value of the race. And if you bet him at 9-2, it's a smart thing to do, Terry.
That sounds good to me.
All right. So let's go off to race number 2, talk about the ongoings for race el número dos.
All right, we're going to shorten up a little bit to 5.5 furlongs. It's a $7,500 claiming race. First, 21,000 for fillies, 3-year-olds, or fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races.
5.5 furlongs. The profile of a winner is early speed. Boy, you better be able to get up and go when those gates open. No sluggish starts, because 57% of the time, the horse that wins the race to the quarter-mile marker also wins the race to the finish line. Outside posts do better than inside posts, Terry, surprisingly, in that short race. But hey, it is what it is. So in race number 2, we know what it is needed, speed on the outside. And ooh, look at that.
We do. We have that horse, that 6 horse shows the most speed in here, although there is speed with almost all the others. And then the 3 has an overlay from about 3 to 5 to 3 to 1. 5 has an overlay from about 4 to 1 to 5 to 1. All but the 1 and 2 have par plus numbers, and all but the 3 show C zones.
That's a 0 in there on that guy. Not happy. Maybe this one is the best chance to go wire to wire. Corona Campeon. Outside speed is the track bias. Let's see how that race shape plays out. Well, really no horse that truly needs the front. The 2 horse wants the pressure. So most of these guys middle back. This should highly favor the track's bias. You get to the front, you probably have a really strong chance to stay there. Corona Campeon is going to be most likely your pace setter, about almost a full length better than quicker than Aztec Bay. Rachu right there as well. As they come down the stretch for home, the one that might be the most dangerous is Wildcat Girl. Should be sitting in that 3rd or 4th position too, based upon that early speed. Wildcat Girl, Corona Campeon, they tie well above the 2 horse, 12 points clear. So those 2 should run away with this race, Terry. And which one do you think runs away with the checkered flag?
I think the 6, Corona Capone, does. She likes Parx racing. She's been in the money 55% of the races here. 36% of the time she won those races. She has an early foot, so the cut back in distance should be a plus. And she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Dorothy's the boss. The 4th, my second choice, ran second versus similar in her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 18% of the claiming races he has a horse competing in. And then 3, Wildcat Girls, my 3rd choice, has the highest last speed rating. Her best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning trainer as well. And then I like the 5 as my long shot. She finished in the money in 3 out of the 5 starts at Parx Racing, winning one of those races, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to bet another pick 4, the second one. I'm going to start out with the 4-6 and then go with the 3-4-5-6. I'm going to single the 1 and then go with the 1-4-5-6-7 and 9. $48 ticket.
I'm going to start with the 3 horse. Hopefully, I maybe take a shot at beating the Corona Campeon. It's likely to be, I think, the favorite there. Wildcat Girl is down in class today, and the resume says this race will be better than the last one in the second start off the bench. Top par plus horse in the race, too. Corona Campeon, this one seems like it's going to be your favorite. I'm kind of worried that maybe it might be a little bit of a suspicious drop to me, Terry. 2 races ago, the horse was claimed for $12,500. They turned around and ran it in an optional claiming $25,000. And then from that $25,000, where the horse finished way off the pack, they're going to drop it all the way down to claiming $7,500. It's about break even, maybe make a few bucks if the horse wins and gets claimed. But if it doesn't win and gets claimed, it's a money loser, which makes me wonder what's going on there. Maybe they're just bluffing. I don't know. All right, Shu, this one did run better pace numbers through the opening half mile last time out. Solid workout between races, so maybe a better effort coming today. And then finally, All Hail Mo, the 1 horse, which happened to finish 4th in the opening race there. Was a tough call for me over the 2 Aztec Bay. But All Hail Mo's been more consistent, has more upside, and has done better in terms of its numbers at Parx and at today's 5.5 furlong distance. My pick 4, I think the 3 of the 6 wins. That's where I'm going to start. 1-4-6 in the next leg. No such courage to single the 1 in race, the 3rd leg of the race. And then 1, 4, 5, and 9 on the back end. Race 3, Terry, this is what's next for you and me. Tell us about what it takes to get into this race.
Well, we're going to stretch out again a little bit to 6 furlongs. It's an optional claiming race, $25,000 claiming price if you elect to put your horse in there to possibly be claimed. And it's a purse of $26,000 for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for $25,000 or less and which have never won 2 races, or a claiming price of $25,000 and which have never won 2 races.
So if you took that 5-6-2 trifecta in the first race, 1865, and then the 5-6 exacta for $1, $19.30.
That's a good price.
Yeah, and then especially with that 2 horse was this. I mean, you got wasn't the favorite, but it was the value horse over the 2 favorites to get 1865. That's pretty solid.
It is.
At 6 furlongs, what you're looking for next up is tactical speed. Again, it's a whole bunch, 36%. Go gate to wire. There's an inside to outside bias. So in the third race, Terry, show me some horses on the inside, and you show me horses that might be your winners.
Well, there is a horse on the inside that has some speed, but the 4 has more speed than it. But they're pretty close, so they could go head-to-head all the way to that quarter pole. And then the 1 has an overlay from about 7 to 5 to 5 to 1. The 3 has an overlay from about 2 to 1 to 4 to 1. All but the 2 and 5 have par plus numbers, and all of them show some kind of C zones.
Yeah, and you got a 30%er here with Lucky Opportunity. That one gets the lead. Has an opportunity to go wire to wire. 1 and 2 want the lead. 4, 5, and 6 want to co-pilot. 3 wants to close. Those lone closers, if these 5 horses decide to go fast, could have a good opportunity to get a great trip to fit its running style. See you at the hop. Yeah, Terry knows all about that. 1, 2, they're right there in the lead. So those 3 horses should be your pace setters. The 4 not necessarily needing the lead. As they come home, the 5 horse, the pressure horse, should have been a cowgirl, along with Snowflake, the closer. Those 2 do have a little bit of a late speed advantage over Emily's on Fire, the 1 horse. Just looking at this race, Terry, it's pretty competitive. You have 4 of them within 4 points of each other. So the 1, the 3, the 4, the 5, they look like your most likely candidates of the grouping to find your winner. Let's look at your grouping and tell us your winner.
Well, I like the 5 should have been a cowgirl. She won her last race at Parx Racing, earning the highest last race speed rating. And she has the high percentage winning jockey, Paco Lopez. And then 6 Twister is my second choice. She likes Parx Racing, finishing in the money 50% of the races, winning 10% of those. And the distance won't cause any problems. She's been in the money 75% of the time, winning 25% of the races. Snow Lake, the 3, is my third choice, been knocking on the door. Finishing in second in her last 3 races, and she has a good 4 furlong workout on August 14th. See you at the hop. The 4 is my long shot. She ran second versus similar in her last race, and her best dirt speed is close to the average winning speed. I'm going to play a $2 daily double. I'm going to use the 3, 5, and 6 with the 1.
I single up the 1. I'm going to go with the 4 horse at the top of my ticket right here. See you at the hop. Sitting on a career best race, in my opinion, in this upcoming second start after layoff. The only other time the horse had 2 starts in a row, there was an enormous step forward in round 2. Same step forward here today, and See You at the Hop. We'll see you in the winner's circle. Emily's on Fire, the 1 horse. All of its race internals were better across the board for our simulation favorite. Twister, the 6 horse, the 3rd choice for me. This one is running at the lowest level of its career by a long shot. It's not in for a price in this optional claiming race. You can see here, optional claiming 25. And normally, if it were in for a price, the 25,000 figure would be there, as you see in the 2. But you don't see it in the 6 horse. So one's not in for a price. Do you know what it's in for, Terry?
It's in for a win.
A check. Wants that check. Yes, indeed. It should have been a cowgirl. Should have put Paco Lopez up on the irons earlier. Paco rode this horse 1 time. That was the last race. That's the only horse's win. Going to see if it can back up the maiden win and go 2 for 2 with Paco. I'm going to do a $1 pick 3 here, 146 with the 136 with the 1459, because I feel like the favorites in this series of races are pretty vulnerable. I can't believe we're only doing 8 races at Parx today. It feels like a vacation. But that being said, Terry, let's go off to race number 4.
Okay, we're going to stretch out to 1 mile and 16. It's a claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, purse $21,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
Yes, to get that second W in the win column at 1 1/16, that route in Pennsylvania. Looking at early speed, again, no matter what, Parx, just be fast, baby. 38% of the time, gate to wire types score the win. Strong inside to outside bias. So once again, Terry, kind of looking for the same thing, whether it's 6 furlongs or almost twice 6 furlongs, inside 3 speed, and well, you don't have to look very far to find the fast one.
That's right. That one shows lots of speed compared to all the others. And then the 2 has an overlay from about 7.5 to 1 to 10 to 1. The 4 has an overlay from about 8 to 5, 4 to 1. 3, 6, and 4 show par plus numbers, and all of them have C zones.
And again, 50% comfort zone. That our early pace projections match the horse's best performances. Our trip handicapping for the 4th race. Oh, look out here, Terry. Hey, what's up? Loney, everybody else wants to close. The 5 and the 7 so far, not within 5 lengths of the winner and up to the most recent 10 races. So just looking at this, I mean, if the 3 gets the lead, it's sayonara, baby. His confidence will grow, goes wire to wire. Got a good shot, although dream within a dream, the Inception horse, that one's a left arrow horse. A closer whose early speed today puts it in contention for the lead. And Bad Bobby also in that left arrow mix. So 1, 2, and 3, those 3 horses, the inside going to the front. That's the bias, Terry. At the end, well, the 8, Bow in the back, along with Surfboard, they have the most late speed. And Surfboard grades out as your top total pace horse, 1 length better than the 6, the 3, or the 1. Terry, who is your winner in a race that looks like anybody can win?
Well, it does look like it, but I'm going to take the 1 Dream Within a Dream as my pick of the day. He won his last race at Parx Racing. The Rail Post is winning 21% clip, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 3, Hey What's Up, is my second choice. He has high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races in the second race off of a layoff, and his early speed running style helps his chances. And then I like number 6, Free Bird Bordeaux. He finished 3rd in his last race, drops in class today. He has a high percentage winning trainer. And then my long shot is Surfboard. He finished in 3rd in his last race, drops in class today, and he has the highest last race speed rating. I'm going to bet $10 to win and $20 to place on number 1. I'm going to bet a $5 exacta 1 on top with the 3, 4, 6. I'm going to bet a $2 double, the 1 on top with all.
1 all. All right. I hope you're right with that 1 horse, Terry, but I have the 6 horse at the top of my list because so far, I know our C zone, our Par Plus says other horses have a good shot to do it, but so far the only one in the up to the recent last 10 races that's actually been able to hit par for this level is the 6 horse. This one will definitely, I believe, how you like that English right there, be better in the second up. And this one's also one of those sneaky class droppers coming out of open company into a non-winners level. Dream Within a Dream. This one, Terry Pennington, Jamie Ness. Can't go wrong with that combination. This one tends to run well off the bench too. Last time finished 2nd. Hey, what's up? That lone E horse in there, Terry. If that one gets the lead, look out. And it is the biggest class dropper by a mile. And a lot of times, horses that don't show a lot of flash against upper company, when they face lower company, they show that flash. And then finally, the 4 horse Surfboard. Maybe we should have backed this one because it did run the top last race speed figure. That speed figure was 4 points clear of anybody else and a class dropper in here. No bets for me. Now we move on, Terry, to the race of death. And boy, they surely made this the race of death.
They did, yeah. It's a 6 furlong. It's a maiden claiming race, $30,000 claiming price, purse $28,000, and it's for maidens 2-year-olds.
And the reason it's the race of death is because it ends the first pick 4, or the second pick 4 in this case, and begins the late pick 4. So you have to win this one to have a chance to win both of them. You can win the 6 races, the 3 races before and the 3 races afterwards. But if you get this one wrong, they both go to their graves. 6 furlongs for this maiden claiming type. Again, Terry, inside speed is the best way to go to the winner's circle. Half the field making its first start, the other half some experience. When half the field has absolutely no data, we don't do our simulations. We just go straight to picks.
That's right. So if we look at this, I like number 4, Rivers Gambler is my first pick. First-time starter whose dam has 4 winners from 4 starters. One of them was a stakes winner, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Okie Den, number 1. He's also a first-time starter whose breeding suits today's sprint distance, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And 5 Bottles, a third first-time starter whose dam has 2 winners from 2 starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I like number 9, 21 Kid is my long shot. He drops in class today, and he has the highest last speed rating. This is a wide open race. So for my pick 4, I'm going to use the 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. I believe that's all the horses. And then I'm going to go with the 1, 3, and then I'm going to use the 1, 3, 4, 7, and end up with a 1, 7, the $48 ticket.
I'm going to start with Rivers Gamble to the 4 horse. Just going through the numbers, it is the best of the first-time starters. In my view, also has the best workout. Bottles, the 5 horse, my next call right there, does have, I think, some of the best breeding for today's opening race for a lot of these horses, and could be the most fit horse in the race with 3 consecutive 5 furlong workouts in a row. 21 Kid, the 9 horse, is that maiden special weight dropper, the only one in the field that is a maiden special weight dropper. Biggest class drop in all of horse racing. Didn't do anything really in its debut, but you got to respect the maiden special weight drop. And then Okie Den, I think that one will get a lot of play because of Jamie Ness, Ruben Silvera. Worthwhile. I mean, that's a dynamic duo, and backing them usually does pay off. Can't overlook it. But when you just look at the breeding, blah. You look at the workouts, blah. Debuting and maiden claiming instead of maiden special weight, blah. I got a feeling that's the kind of effort you're going to get out of that horse. So I probably just put it in the winner's circle. 1, 4, 5, 9. If it gets there, I'm happy enough in my pick 4. 3, 6, 1, 3, 4 with the 1, 3, 4, 7, and 9. Race 6 is probably going to have the lowest favorite on the card today, Terry. I feel like I think that's the one that has the 4 to 5 morning line favorite in there. Probably going to catch a lot of backing. But before we get to that, what are the conditions?
Okay, it's a mile and 70 yards. Claiming price $12,500. Purse $23,000 for 3-year-olds and or 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races.
Get that magic blue and yellow W for the 3rd time at $170. Early speed, 4 out of 10. Get to the lead, keep the lead, smile at the finish line, and take a photo in the winner's circle. Post positions are mostly fair, although posts 4, 5, 6, and 7 have to work harder than the rest. So speed matters, Terry. It doesn't really matter. There's no deal makers or deal breakers. So who's got the most of it?
Well, they all have speed, as you see there, and they're all pretty close to one another. So it's really anyone's guess race here, although the 3 and the 6 have the most speed. The 5 has an overlay of about 5 to 2 to 9 to 2, and the 6 has an overlay from 4 to 1 to 6 to 1. All but the 2 show par plus numbers, and all of them show C zones.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want the 3 here. What am I doing? I'm trying to bet against the favorites in my pick 3. So I wanted to go 1, 3, and hold on a second. Probably the 3 is going to win for sure, but I was going to try to go against the favorites here. So this is what my intent was, because I think in the next 3 races you could end up with 3 short prices in a row. I like, so we went through that. Let's take a look at the race shape for race 6. The 2 wants to be on the lead. The 1 Rabbit, that one has a little bit of versatility. 5 and 6 want a pressure. So these 4 want to be up front. The 3 horse, that horse right there with the 4 to 5 morning line odds. Well, that one is your lone PC horse. It makes it dangerous all by itself. It's also, if it wants, it can be the pace setter. If not, it also has the most late speed. Oh boy. It also has the top late speed, early speed combination. 14 points or 3 lengths better than everybody else. Really from this, Terry, it looks like the 3 should just get a practice run in today that ends up in the winner's circle.
Yeah, that's the way it looks. I picked the 3 is my first pick. Kick Startness. He won his last race at Delaware Park. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And this combination in the last 14 days have won 4 out of 7 starts. All those boxes are marked off. And then number 1, Rabbit, my second choice. He's trained by Scott Lake, ridden by Ruben Silveira, and he is 1 for 1 at today's distance. Marvelous Moon Dance. The 5, my third pick, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning jockey, and has finished in the money in 60% of the starts at today's distance. Ferrari Kid, the 6, is my long shot. His early speed running style helps his chances, and he has a bullet workout on August 28th. No additional bets for me here.
Well, I really think the 3-horse shouldn't run away with this race, Terry. But it's Parx, right? We've seen it before. You're going to get the old Tom saying of low odds second place. That's probably what you're hoping for if you're betting in this race. Ferrari Kid, aside from kickstartness, does have the most upside. The works prepping for today suggests that we could see some of that upside. Rabbit, the 1 horse on the rail right there, the maiden win back in June is what's needed to have a shot at getting past the 3-horse, but he hasn't been able to put that effort in since. And finally, Staff Sergeant, the 2-horse. Well, it's only a 5-horse race, Terry. Guess that means you got to put in the longest shot. Again, those horses tend to overperform. And if you're playing in those horse tournaments, this is the race where all of the pros will actually probably back the 2. They take the longest shot in 5-horse fields. Hard to believe there's only 2 races left to go, Terry. Race 7 starts the late daily double. Do we have time for this one?
I think so.
Yeah, we do. Race 7, what's it all about?
All right. Race 7 is 7 furlongs, optional claiming race, $100,000 claiming price, $55,000 purse for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, allowance or optional claiming price of $100,000.
This is the big race of the day right here. The $100,000 optional claiming race. You can't buy. Talk to the judge today, Terry. Can you buy any of them in here? Terry doesn't get to spend his money today. No, none of them are in for a price. So,
nope.
Terry, that's that hole burn in his pocket for another day. At 7 furlongs, the type of horse that wins, well, this is where stalkers probably do the best. It is the distance where speed is the least important. They'll still 1 out of 5 capture the flag at the end of the race. Probably the most important thing is to be an inside 3-horse. They all get bonused. Anything outside of that gets clipped at about a 20% discount to how it should win. So if you got a 1, a 2, or 3 that's forwardly placed, those might be horses you want to follow along as the race goes on. Terry, it looks like there is one inside there that should be forwardly placed.
That's right. All of them show speed, but that one shows the very most speed. So it should get that quarter pole first. It gets a good break out of that starting gate. And then the 3 has an overlay of about 6 to 5 to 8 to 5. The 5 has an overlay of about 4.5 to 1 to 10 to 1. All of them show par plus numbers and all show C zones.
Pretty strong. Well, you got a 30 in here again with a horse that should be on the lead. Talk to the judge. Par plus chance, but looks like maybe overpriced. Our race shape says the 1 horse is a E type. Talk to the judge. 5 and 7, they can pilot or co-pilot. When the race gets going, the gates open and the dirt starts flying. If I press the button the right way, we'll see Talk to the Judge on the rail is about 2 lengths faster than Queen Cadence to its outside, which is faster than Emirates Affair, and then a real kind of drop off from there. So it looks like those 3 could get out to a comfortable lead if they so choose. 3-horse Reclusive, that one's 2 lengths faster than everybody down the stretch as your lone closer. And then your top total pace horse is that Reclusive. 11 points clear of Emirates. You get over 10 points, Terry. Those horses tend to be big favorites. I think it'll be the case with the 3. And is there any reason anybody won't beat it?
I don't think so. The 3 is my top choice. He won his last race at Monmouth Park, drops in class today, and has the highest last speed rating, actually tied with another. Emirates Affair, the 7, my second choice, won his last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer. Foggy Night, the 4, is my third choice, likes Parx Racing, been in the money 75% of the starts, winning 38% of those races. Distance won't cause any problems, been in the money 100% of the starts, winning 50% of the races. And then the 1 long shot pick is my Talk to the Judge. He won 2 races out of the last 4 starts. The Real Post winning 18% clip, and he switches to a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to try to beat that likely big favorite with Talk to the Judge. This one has 3 wins and a 4th in 4 at Parx. A fast workout, 47 and change on August the 28th. It says another big Ben Salem effort is on the table. Reclusive, the 3-horse, that's going to be that big favorite. Going to catch a lot of money coming off a non-graded stakes win at Monmouth. Foggy Night, the 4-horse. This is another one that likes Parx. Keep an eye out for Paco on a horse that has competed at the highest levels. Grade 1's not too far ago. And another that's fared well at Parx. 8 times out, 3 wins, 3 seconds. And finally, Emirates Affair. Rerun the last race for the 7. She's a winner, but resume says regression's likely to come in the second start off the break. $2 exacta, 1 over to 347 for me. And let's talk about race number 2 as it's about to get cooking. The 6-horse is your favorite right now. Looks like the 3-horse offers a little bit of value. We have it at 3 to 5 in our simulated odds. At the moment, it is 2 to 1. The doors have opened. The horses have started running. The 3 and the 4 did kind of come out a little sluggishly. Not the best place to be for the 3 and a 5.5 furlong race. On the outside, the 6-horse, the favorite, Corona Campeon, is the pace setter right now. The 5-horse, Rashu, keeping that one to task. The 2-horse in 3rd place right now. Down around the corner they come. The 6-horse has separated from the field. The 5-horse trying to, I think, save a little bit of ground and space. Maybe the jockey's made the decision he can't catch the 6. Wants to hang on to that place positioning. The 3-horse, after that sluggish start, has found its way into 3rd place. Going to round the corner right here. The jockey's asking for a lot out of that 3 right now. I don't know that he's going to have anything for that 6-horse. I don't know that anybody is. The big question is if the 3-horse can pass the 5. The answer to that question is going to be no. Right now, the 6-horse is your runaway winner at, I don't know what the odds on that one are, pretty low.
3 to 5, I think.
Yeah, 3 to 5, then the 5, then the 3. So 6, 5, 3. I'm not quite sure who came in 3rd right there. That 5-horse, not bad at 15 to 1. So that should fatten up the exacta. Might have been one of those races where you go the 6 and then over the longest shots on the board. And that wraps up race number 2. That gives us the last race for today. That's at Parx. Tomorrow we'll be back, Terry, for Horseshoe Indianapolis on Thursday. We're going to do the insane and try to figure out what's going to happen at Kentucky Downs. To make sure you don't miss Hollywood in Indiana or Kentucky in Kentucky, what should folks do?
Well, they need to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so they're notified about all the great shows we've got coming up. And then go down and copy the link and share that with their family and friends and all of that so that they can also come and check us out. Go to our social sites such as X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Gives us thumbs ups and likes. That really helps us out, gives us more tools to work with YouTube. And also give us comments and picks of the day. That also helps us out. So
yeah, actually YouTube has invited us into some seminar, which I'll probably, if I have time, to take advantage of to learn. So thank you for that. The more subscribers we get, as Terry mentioned, the more tools the folks at YouTube make available to creators. We're creators, Terry.
Yep.
We're micro-influencers, my man. All right. Well, let's see if we have any influence on what happens in race number 8.
All right. So in this race here, it's going to be 6 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, purse $20,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since June 3rd.
And 6 furlongs, we've mentioned before, inside 3 speeds, probably the best place to be. Closer to the rail you are, the better off you are. So in the 8th race, Terry, do we have any of them that really has the most octane?
Yeah, we've got 2 of them. The 3 and the 9 show the most speed, so they could go head to head to the finish quarter pole, but all of them but the 6 show some kind of speed. The 4 has an overlay from about 7 to 1 to 8 to 1. The 7 has an overlay from 3 to 1 to 4 to 1. And the 9 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 8 to 1. All but the 2 show par plus numbers, and all of them show some kind of C zone.
Well, just looking at all this different data here, can make a case for a lot of horses, it looks like, to win. So a pretty wide open affair to end the day on this terrific Terry Tuesday at Parx. Really no horse that's dependent on the lead. The 1, High Time Valentine, Gavinci, they have some flexibility. They can pilot or co-pilot. The 9 horse, Castilla, that one wants to be in the shotgun position. Number 7, PC, Peyton's College. Look out for that. The lone PC in the race can move forward if these 3 go too slow, can be patient if any of them decide to go too fast. At the start, Gavinci is a little bit quicker than Pearls and Heels, which is another one of those left arrow horses. The 1 horse, High Time Valentine, way down there. So I'm going to say the 3 horse, pretty good shot to be about a length ahead of everybody else when the gates open. Really not a lot of speed to its inside. At the end, going to have to hold off Peace, Love, and Karma. That one is going to be way, way back, probably way off your screen, but just moving like a truck, 30,000 pounds of bananas down a Scranton road without any brakes. If you're not familiar, Google it. And then Peyton's College is your top total pace horse over a Gavinci, then Castilla, Pearls and Heels, your top 4, more than 7 out of 10 races. Those 4 produce your winner, Terry. And tell us who you think takes the crown.
I like that 7 horse, Peyton's College. She won 2 races out of the last 3 starts, finishing 3rd versus similar to her last start, and she can handle the distance. And then the 1, High Time Valentine, is my second choice. She returns from one race at Penn National to Parx, where she has been in the money in the last 4 starts, winning the last race. Drops in class today, and the Rail Post winning a 19% clip. And then Peace, Love, and Karma, the 6 is my third choice, ran second in her last race, has the highest last speed rating, and she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Cedar Valley, the 2, is my long shot. She likes Parx racing, finishing the money in 41% of the races, winning 18% of those. The distance, she's been in the money 50% of the races, winning 13% of those. And then I'm going to use up the rest of my money and bet a $1 exacta box with the 167.
I'm going to start with 3, Gavinci. That horse, top Q30 horse, almost 30 points in there. I mean, borderline. That one should be on the front, Terry, which is where you want to be at this distance and surface. That's the bias. Well, let's see if it can take advantage of it. We've seen 2 horses today get to the front and stay there. Maybe the 3 can make it 3. Peyton's College, the 7 horse, is my second choice. Sits off the pace. Lone PC that tries to run by everybody at the end. Castilla, the 9 horse. This is a nice simulation overlay, 5 to 2 versus 8 to 1. This one usually runs pretty close to par. You can see the par plus scores in there pretty high. And this one also has the most back class in the field. Finally, number 1, High Time Valentine, is a class dropper. Does the most damage when this one is close to the front. I think it will be middle forward today. Trifecta for me, 379 over the 1, 3, 4, 7, 9 over the 3, 7, 9 to close out today's show. If you like what you saw today, kindly on YouTube, thumbs up, retweet on Twitter, follow if you have not already, or X. And then, of course, on Facebook, you can follow us over there. Our good friend Swiss Army Sean, keeping folks up to date with the positive ongoings and news and items that are of interest to the horse racing today family. Here are our full picks for today. Terry, any final thoughts before we get out of here on this terrific Terry Tuesday?
Yeah, I just hope everybody has a great day. And if you're here in the West, and we're got, especially in Northern California, where we're going to have a heat wave, stay safe, stay inside, drink plenty of liquids, and then just have a good rest of the week. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you're in Montana, go get that snow shovel, baby. They're going to get over a foot of snow. It's amazing. Wow, that's got to be early out there. I mean, I'm sure the skiers right now are already making reservations to get out there. But
yeah, it is early. Yeah,
I mean, early September. I mean, I don't know how early it snows in Wyoming. I've never been there. I've heard it's beautiful. It's on my to-do list next summer. A really good friend of mine Yeah, from my college roommate, as a matter of fact. He's like a I don't know. They have like the rapids that you go down on the.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a certified 5, which I think is the highest that you can go.
Yeah.
But I told him next summer I'm gonna make sure I'm in shape, ready to go. I'm gonna head out there and do some of that wild whitewater rafting in the mountains of Idaho and Wyoming and everywhere else. And then you may never hear from me again because I'll be fish food by the time we're done going through those 5s.
Yeah. Well, it's beautiful out there. I love that area. So
Yeah, I've never been there. It's beautiful out in California too, but anyway, got to get some of those issues resolved in that state. Rest of our picks for today, right here. Take a look at that. Of course, no matter what you're doing for the rest of this terrific Terry Tuesday, we certainly hope that you live and abide by the golden rule. And then we hope you have God's blessing, God's favor in all of your endeavors today as you chase your life dreams and you chase some winners at Parx. Until we get back together again, folks, we certainly hope that everything you do ends up in
the winner's circle.
See you tomorrow at Horseshoe, Indianapolis.